I think we're on. What's happening? What's happening, family? What's going on, familia? What's going on, folks? It's a little warm outside. I wonder if I should leave the top open. I don't know. It's a little warm out. I might get a little sweaty. I'm contemplating if I should close this or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if things change, I'll probably close it up. But right now, I don't want to sweat. Hold on. All right, bump it. I'll turn on AC. Why not? Why not? Let me close this for now. Because I will definitely sweat long if I stay here. It's a little warm out. Hold on, y'alls. All right. It's a little warm out. What's going on, folks? Ips. All right. All right, let's see. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all having a good start to the year. I know a lot of people are trying to, have like New Year's resolutions and things like that going on, which isn't a bad thing. I just think that we should also keep in mind to keep these goals that we have lined up in this new year realistic. Don't try to do more than you can really handle, because that's how we fall off of these plans that we have for ourselves. It's all in the incremental steps. You feel me? The baby steps, little by little. You feel me? Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Um, Hope everybody had a great week as the weekend approaches. I know it's gonna be. I mean, who knows? Let's see how the year goes. I don't want to say it's gonna be a crazy year. I always want to hope for the best first. So hopefully everybody year goes as smoothly and you get to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. You know, I know we all have a lot of problems and stuff like that, our own issues, but hopefully the year goes by with smooth sailing. All right. So I am going live on my YouTube and my TikTok right now. Um, if you guys don't know already, it's your boy Truth on your show Truth Be Told. We like to just talk about things of the world, things that people probably don't even talk about. And I'm not talking about external stuff. I'm talking about internal stuff, things that we face on the inside. I'm trying to say, like, there are plenty of people and podcasters, YouTubers, speakers who speak about things that happen outside in the world. You feel me? But not enough people speak about what's going on inside of us. I think that it's more important to talk about what's going on inside of us than it is to talk about what's always going on outside. You get what I'm trying to say? You get me, blood? Because if you have a lot of issues going on inside, a lot of wars, conflicts, things of that nature, and you don't know how to handle them and approach them, then you're just gonna be approaching the world any kind of way at the same time. We can't have that. We gotta have more balance. I'm trying to say. So let's balance things out, guys. Walk into this new year a better person. All right. So I like to basically go over, give you like little tips. I wouldn't say tricks. I don't do tricks. Tips and tricks. I don't like tricks. Um, don't laugh. Um, I like to give you like little pointers on things that I feel like would help. Yeah, if you guys come on in, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Show your boy some love. I'm sure some people could probably like to hear this. I'm sure it'll help a lot of people, a lot of folk in them. But yeah. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? But you guys, I can already tell you guys have a good spirit. I like good spirits. I don't know about I don't know about you guys, but I like people with good spirits. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like it helps to progress you in life, keeping people like that around you versus always having like the naysayers and the Demi Downers and things like that. Like, who needs that, right? Who needs that? But anyways, guys, um, I just wanted to say real quickly, actually, before I even get this started, um, is there's been some heavy behind warfare. Like, I don't know about you guys, but there's been some heavy warfare going on. The devil has been hot on my trail. I don't know if something's about to happen this year. Yeah, the creations have one side. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I see. I see a comment there. I do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's on my. It's. I got a few on my page already, but I got a few more coming right now that I'm working on. Um. So yeah, this year is gonna be a fun one, to say the least. Um. But yeah, you guys, like the devil. Like, I don't know. I don't know if something's it's on the way. Something's happening this year. Because you know when like when things are about to happen. That's when. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Keep riding. Try to be consistent as possible, and things will happen for you. Trust me. Trust me. You'll only get better and better. Um, but yeah, like I don't know if you guys ever felt like this, but you felt like whenever you're getting close to something and you just feel like warfare is picking up, or there's more like um resistance happening. You know what I'm trying to say? And you're just like constantly going through it, with it. And yeah, I think that's really, it derives from um, something is about to happen. Something's about to happen. The spiritual, uh, from the spiritual and into the uh, into real life. Because when things like that happen, you feel like some kind of resistance. That's the devil, or his, the powers of darkness there be. It doesn't want you to get to that point, basically. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had that. Like, if you ever had any kind of resistance, but especially in this day and age, you know, warfare is picking up. Warfare is picking up. So, God could be elevating a lot of us into our next season. You know what I'm trying to say? So just stay focused. Stay focused. Don't lose focus. Don't let negative people try to take from you. And keep your eyes forward. Keep your eyes focused. You know what I'm trying to say? Because this is definitely not the season to be stumbling and falling back and things like that. We're trying to push forward in this next season, and be better. Be better than last. All right, we're gonna try to be better than last, and little by little, little by little. All right. So, with that being said, guys, I want to actually go over something I think is really important. Um, that's hilarious, by the way. Oh, and I have a Fat Fatama Ba. Okay, thanks for the motivational. Hey, yeah, not a problem, not a problem. I mean, you know, we all need it. We all need it at the same time. We're all going through something. And I think it's encouraging. We need more people around us to encourage us and lift us up. You know what I'm trying to say? I think we have enough people that tear us down. We need more people in our lives that's gonna lift us up. So in this new season, this new year, that's what I want everybody to focus on. I want everybody to focus on having people who's gonna elevate you, who's gonna help lift you up in this next season. Them people that's there to pull you down, we're not entertaining that. We're not entertaining that this year, all right? So look for the better folk and keep them around you. People that have good energy, keep them around you. People that are only there to take from you, cut them, limit them from having access to you. All right, because I'm telling you, that's highly important to your walk. It's gonna slow you down in life. You're gonna look back years later and be like, "Damn, I wasted like so many years with this person." Like, I'm telling you, did it a few times, so I can tell you this. I'm only telling you because I can tell you. So, um, with that being said, you guys, let me get into this lesson real quick. All right. So basically, I wanted to talk about something real quick with you guys. All right. Last episode, last week actually too, I spoke about how women, like last time I spoke specifically to the women, and I told the women how they can find their man, their future hubby. All right. More so, I wouldn't even go as far as saying the one that God has for you. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you can't beat that. You know, we can look around, we can go on dating apps, try to find people to want to be with, all we want. You know, but if it's not a good match, it's not somebody for you. You wasting, not only are you wasting your time, but you wasting their time. Y'all just wasting everybody's time. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just a whole bunch of time wasting happening. So to save y'all the time and you know, and the struggle and all the whole nine, it's better to just try to do it the right way the first time. I mean, I've tried dating apps and all that. I've tried you know, meeting people out in the, you know, like all these different tactics. It's just like it's not really fruitful. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it ain't really gonna bring you the person that is the best for you. All right, and we're trying to find the best for us. All right, so I just kind of took it upon myself to try to help you guys out, give you a little, you know, of my idea, give you a few of my pointers of what I feel like will help you in this area of finding somebody that is actually right for you, not just anybody. Because I don't like to cut corners. I don't like to waste time. I don't like to waste my time or your time. So I'm gonna tell you the real. I'm gonna tell you, um, you know, what I know that's gonna work versus what I think is like placate. You know, I don't do placate. I do like straight to the point. All right. So if anybody knows me yet, you see anything that I've been talking about, you know, I don't like to waste my time. I like to go straight to the point. Um, and yeah, I just like to help people to get to their next level. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's pretty much my point here on this planet. As long as I got breath in my body, I'm gonna help you elevate. All right. So today's topic, let's get into it, is basically talking about, because yes, like last week, like I said, I spoke to the women how women can find their spouse. Now I want to speak directly to the men today. The men today on how we um can find our spouse. Okay. All right, fellas. So like I said, I already spoke to the ladies last week. Now this message is directly to you guys, to what, to, you know, to the fellas, and let's just talk. Let's chat it up. All right. All right. So like I said, guys, you guys coming on in, smash that like button. Help, you know, it'll help me get this on the algorithm. Have more folk listening in on it. I'm sure a lot of people can listen in. Might need some help. Might need might. You never know. Like I feel like, and this happens. It happens with me. I'm sure it happens with a lot of you too. Is you ever, you know that you know when it's like it's that one piece of advice that you hear from somewhere that actually ends up being a huge tweak that you needed to change your life or the life of someone else. You ever had that situation happen? It's that one piece of advice, one information that you heard that was like, that was the key. Like, oh, that was the oh moment, the eye opener. That's how I feel. I try to like go for those. So, um, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, once again, this is to the fellas. How to find your spouse, guys. How to find your spouse. Let's get into it. All right. So, I was gonna ask you guys. First, I was gonna start off and ask you guys the question, like, so what if I were to ask you, what's your strategy to, um, you know, finding your spouse, right? What would you say? What would you do? And the reason why I laughed too is the first thing that popped in my head is y'all ever see how the little peacocks be standing there in front of a female peacock and they just like open up their like wings and stuff. That's the first thing that popped in my head. I don't know why that popped in my head. That was too funny. I'm just picturing one of y'all like coming up with that idea, like just like, I don't know. All right, it was funny to me. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Um. All right. So like I said, guys, the last video I did was on a woman. All right, and how women can find their spouse, right? So I want to do one for the men as well. All right. So let's talk, fellas. Let's talk, fellas. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now, what is the number one thing that we as men will be able to encounter? Um, you know, in our spouse or the woman that God has for us. What do we? What do we? Yeah. What would we say would be the number one thing that we would be able to acquire our person? I'll give you guys a second to think about it. I like to give you guys a second to think first. Like, what's your strategy? What do you think is the number one? I'm not even gonna give you like multiple points. I want to give you like just one, the one in the top one that I think, just to get like straight to it. I'll give you guys some time to think about it. What do you guys think we need to find our spouse? The number one move, strategy, whatever to have your girl, your wife, whatever you want to call it, um, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, let me know what do you guys think? What do you think is your first your move? Like, what do you think you need to find your spouse? Let me be more clear and say it like that. Let me know. Let me know if you got anything. All right. I'm sure some people probably think, like they'll say things like masculinity, um, like things like purpose, which are all good answers as well. Which are all also good answers. You definitely wanna walk. Well, actually, I wanna put purpose to the side. I wanna say, you definitely wanna walk in purpose. Let me not go too fast. Let me not go too quick. Let me not go too quick. I'm still give you guys some time to think to yourself. Um, let me see. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. So I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this honestly, through my own personal experience, right? Through my own personal experience, that's why I can tell you this, um, and that it works. Okay. All right. Listen in. She him is not God's standard. Stay away from him or her. Haha. Garvin. Absolutely, bro. I love that. Actually, I love that response. By the way, I'll even read it out loud for the folk. Garvin says, if she or him is not God's standard, stay away from him or her. Mm. That boy out here preaching. Haha. I want to say that one out loud for the folks so they can hear your statement. That was a really good one. I like that. Yes, I agree. Because we honestly, we're not a big fan of wasting our time. I'm sure a lot of us have had moments in the past where we're not so happy and thrilled about, but this point moving forward, we're not going to waste our time. We're not really looking into wasting our time. All right. But that is true. That is true. If they're not walking with God at the same time, um, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'll actually go. I'll go a little further with this statement, right? So, Garvin says that if she or he is not God's standard for you, then don't really go for them, right? And why I agree with that so much, and why I can also back that up, is because um, that's considered one unequally yoked, right? And what does this mean, right? So think about it like this, and I'm not here to bash anybody who doesn't follow God at all, who doesn't even believe in God, because a lot of people don't, right? Um, and I won't take that away from you if you don't believe. That's just how you come. That's how you coming. But I will say this: it is easier. It is easier to be with someone and to identify who a person truly is if you know that they are walking with God. I'm going to say that again. It's easier for you to truly know someone if you know that they're walking with God. And I mean truly walking with God, not fake walking with God, because there are a lot of people who claim it. Those claimers, people who claim that they're walking with God, they use God, and they're not really walking with Him. Like a lot of people can just be like, oh yeah, I'm Christian, or yeah, I follow God, this and that. But instead of just listening to listen, instead of just listening to someone that says, oh, they follow God, you got to watch their behavior patterns. You got to watch how they handle conversations with people. Are they kind? Are they, courteous? Are they, are they self-centered? They're self-centered. They don't think about themselves. Then no, you can't listen to them. They don't actually believe in God, because people who believe in God and follow God, they're not prideful. They're not self-centered. They don't only think about themselves. So you guys gotta really pay attention to people who talk like that, who tells you, oh, I follow God, I believe in God, but they're completely opposite of who God is as a person, his character, right? It's all in the character. You know who follows after God is by their character. So don't just believe a person when they say, "Oh yeah, I follow after God," because that ain't right. All right. There's a lot of people actually in this world that use that card. Oh yeah, correct, correct, Lady T. They're humble, right? You know, um, a lot of people in this world, they use that card. They use that card to be like, oh yeah, I believe in God, I follow God, but then they are completely evil, have hidden motives, like we ain't got time for that this year. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we see past it and we moving past it. You get what I'm trying to say? We gotta be on our 10 toes this year and moving forward. All right, so don't just believe the naysay. Um, and back to my point, what I was saying before is, backing up what Garvin said, is that you want to make sure that if you are pursuing someone, that they are following God, right? It just kind of makes it better. I'll even go as far as saying this, and I'll leave it at this. I don't go too much into this. When you don't believe in God, it's scarier to trust you. I'm being straight up with you right now. I don't care if you like me, love me, or hate me, but I'm speaking boldly on that when I say that. When a person does not fully follow God, it's harder to trust you. You heard what I said. When you don't follow after God at all, you don't like to follow God at all, it's harder for people to trust you. I said what I said. I'm gonna leave it at that because I ain't going too much deeper into it. Let's get back to this. I'm already looking on 15%. I can't risk it with my battery right now. My battery. Smash that like button, y'all. Y'all come on in. Smash that like button. Help me get this on the algorithm. I think more people need to listen to this one. All right, so let's continue, guys. So, can anyone tell me what the number one thing is, that the number one key, I want to say number one key, that will unlock the door in our lives that will allow for us to find or come across our spouse as men? What's the number one key, guys? What do you guys think the number one key is? I'll give you guys more time to think about it. All right. If so, no. I'll say no. If it isn't, if you seek, you shall find, because even though that is said, a man who seeks after his wife, yeah, you will find for sure. All right, but that's not what I'm looking for exactly. I'm looking for something else. Um, and it even though, and actually that is important too, by the way. Before I go any further, I want to say that a man who seeks after his wife is important. You're not going to not find her by not seeking her. All right, you have to be more active and more intentional on seeking, guys. Like for us, we are the seekers. Women are not the seekers. We can't be expecting for the women to be those seekers. All right, they're not the seekers. We are. I get tired of actually seeing these new trends of, I don't know if any of you guys are a fan of this, but seeing when the woman is the one like bowing down on their knees proposing to the man, like who else is tired of seeing that? Like how is that, how did that even enter into like society? Like how did you guys even let that happen? How? Like you guys are actually okay with that? You guys actually going along with that? Like that, like come on, bro. Common sense ain't so common no more, boy. I tell you, boy. When I see a woman get on her knees to propose to a man, I'm like, something's wrong here. Anybody who sees that shit should immediately just know. Just know. No. There is no explanation even needed behind that. Just one word. What is it? Exactly. Like, bro, the man is the, it's always been done in history. All throughout history. Let's not change history. You can learn a lot from history. When the man is the one that gets on his knees to propose to the woman, and for a lot of good reasons actually. And let me actually talk about some of these reasons while we're on the subject, because I feel like people think I'm just saying this for no reason. Why is it so bad for women to get on their knees to propose to the man? I'll tell you why. One, it shows being desperate on the woman's side. Two, if the woman does it, the man will not fully actually respect you. Let's not get it twisted. When a woman does that, all respect goes out the window. That man will not respect you. I'll give it about 2 years. He's probably gonna have another woman that he's cheating on you with, and it might be sooner than 2 years. I'm just kind of putting a time frame on it. When the man, now let's do it the right way. When the man is the one who's on his knees and he proposed to the woman, why is that the right way? Because it shows how humble the man is. One, right? It shows how humble he is. It shows um um I was gonna say like royalty, but that's kind of like the wrong word. Um Basically it shows that the man is purposely, he sees something in you that he can't find anywhere else. He's serious about you. That's when you know a man's serious about you. When a man's willing to propose to you, that's when you know he's more invested into you. He's more serious. He's not gonna just want to go find somebody else to like cheat on you with instantly or anything like that. Like it won't be, it'll be extremely harder for him to cheat on you if he's the one like that proposes to you. These are the things that I feel like people are not speaking about. It's not coming to the surface. Like common sense, these things are not coming to the surface, and I feel like we need to talk about it because a lot of people are going to be falling into this category and wonder how they ended up on the other side if I guess they don't at least hear it from somebody. So I'm gonna talk about that. All right. Um, I mean that's just to leave a few points. I don't really want to go too deep into it. It's like you see the dysfunction that's going on around us. Like, just ladies, don't propose to no man. All right, please don't propose to no man. Save yourselves the headache, please. I don't want to see it, bro. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it, fellas. All right. Now, I have found that there is one key that is more important. Um, that comes before a man seeking after a wife, right? There's a key that comes before it, right? Can we guess what it is? What comes before a man seeking his wife? All right. If you thought, if a thought came across your mind and the thought was, or if you said, or if you thought discipline and self-control and giving your commitment to God, then yes. Yes, you are correct. Discipline, guys, is the number one thing you're gonna need to find your spouse. I know a lot of us probably won't even want to hear that. Trust me. I know a lot of us won't even want to hear that. Self-control and discipline is it comes before even he who finds a wife. You know how it says he who finds a wife, you got to seek to find your wife to find a good thing? Even before that, you got to have discipline, guys. You can't just go doing that without discipline. That's how you'll find your wife. Self-control, self-discipline. Now, yes, fellas, speaking of self-discipline, that also falls under sexual control, sexual discipline, right? That's why I said it. And control plays an important role. And not only is it bad that we sleep around, right? Even though we feel like it might give us a high, give us some kind of a high, or it gives us some sort of a validation. If you haven't heard this before, I will be the first to tell you. All right, it's not worth it. Sleeping around and all that, moving around is not worth it, guys. All right, sleeping around is not worth it. It's like a high for a moment. The cons, guys, the cons outweighs the pros. The cons outweighs the pros. I'll tell you what I mean, right? Okay. For one, messing around, right? It's like I'm talking to my fellas right now. Sleeping around, messing around, right? Now, not only does it breed physical and mental consequences, but also spiritual, guys. Physically, it breeds like disease, unplanned parenting, financial drainage, drainage that's unplanned, and physical abuse. That's all the physical traits, the physical aspect behind it, right? Now let's talk mentally. Mentally, when we're messing around, sleeping around as men, it breeds unhealthy attachments, guys. It breeds unhealthy attachments. Long-term, unexpected, like verbal, it could be verbal, it could be emotional abuse with someone who isn't even supposed to be with you, who's not even supposed to be there to begin with. And spiritually, let's talk about spiritually what it breeds. Spiritually, it breeds unhealthy soul attachments, soul tie attachments. It honestly opens up spiritual doors that you don't even see or know about, which can harm you and affect you in many ways, guys. That ranges from less severe to more severe. That's spiritual stuff. Things in the spirit that we can't really see. Stuff's happening. That's why people started having issues when they do, like when they get into marriage, basically, with someone that they're not supposed to be with. And they also find, they find a wife because there are such things as spirit spouses, guys. Things that a lot of us don't know about. And spirit spouses, they're formed in the spiritual when we've slept around, right? You slept around with multiple women and with random spirits that we have no idea who we're getting laid up with. And the whole point behind spiritual spouses too is basically it's all done in the spiritual, right? So basically, let's say you find a wife. Let's say you actually do find your wife. The way spirit spouses work is once you do find your wife, you do find the person you really want to settle down with, the spiritual spouse is still there. You think that they're not. And the spirit spouse, once you do find somebody, they're not going to want you to be happy with them. So that's what they're going to start causing a lot of dysfunction in the spirit realm when you do find your spouse. Something we got to pray about, think about, and act on. All right? Look at the story of Samson. Samson and Delilah, right? This is proof, guys. Look at that story. That's one of the craziest stories I like to look at. That's proof that the devil has a way and a mechanism, guys, to destroy even the strongest of men before it becomes too late. Guys, I gotta tell you, man, before it becomes too late, don't be one of those men. Don't be one of those men, guys. I can't stress it enough. Draw a line in the sand now to tell yourself that you are worth more. As men, we are worth more, guys. That you will be mindful and that you will be more intentional in your decision making with who you mess around with. Don't just mess around because you know you feel like you can. You mess around, nah, it ain't worth it. I'm telling you, you might have a lot to lose. You see, society, right? Society will tell you or normalize it to make it seem like it's a good thing. You know, to sleep around, mess around, have multiple women. But it never tells you the downsides to it, guys. Society never tells you the downside to it. And sleeping around, messing around. It never tells you what comes with it. The level of depression, guys, that guys go through, that follows after it, is serious. The level of depression, guys. You guys, after you've been messed around, slept around, some people go through depression. Now, I'm sure some of us fellas, right? If you're watching this, some of us can relate, right? Where there have been times that it's while you were, in the middle of messing around. Have you guys ever had this happen to you, where you're just like in the middle of messing around with a woman, and you're all in your thoughts, right? You're there physically, but you're not there mentally. You're all in your mind, and you're thinking to yourself, as the man, you're like, what am I doing here? You ever had that thought? Like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm laughing because I've been, we've all been through it. I'm sure, if you're saying you haven't, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure, some of us have that happen at least one or two times, maybe more than that. But you're messing around with somebody and you're like, what am I even doing here? Like, you're not even feeling like, you know what I'm trying to say? I ain't the only one feeling that. I ain't the only one that been through that. Shoot, I ain't gotta lie, bruh. You ain't gotta lie to me. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. Um, like, all right, let's be real. For real though, be real, right? If you've watched this and thought, if that thought has come across your mind, at least one or two times, then that's basically your conscious mind, guys, thinking out for you. That's what it means. It's your conscious mind thinking out for you. That it recognizes that this isn't normal. Even our conscious minds, our unconscious minds can think for us, guys. We won't even realize it. Like our conscious mind realizes before we do. I mean, we'll realize it. We'll just be ignoring it. And I'm not talking about if it's a bad experience, guys. I ain't talking about like you having a bad experience while you messing around with a girl. I ain't saying that part. You can have a great experience and still not fully be there mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, it's deeper than that. Your spirit, it's your spirit. Your spirit is speaking to you in that moment. Right? Some will acknowledge it and some will ignore that feeling. because some men are more sold out on their flesh more than others. Some men are sold more on their flesh. Some men are sold more on their spirit. It's those same guys that their spirits be screaming at them. The ones that be ignoring the spirit, their spirit be screaming at them for them to listen until it's too late. That's why I said don't be one of them guys. Because our spirits know before we do that this is not right. There's probably danger in this area. And they basically men get themselves in a lot of trouble this way. We see it all the time in the news and all this and that. They get themselves in a lot of situations that in some cases are hard to come out of or to even reverse. Some guys lose their life in situations like this. Especially like if you mess around with a girl who has a husband, right? And like you're messing around with the girl who has a husband in her home. Husband comes home, finds you in the bed with her. How many of us done heard stories like that? And the man probably ended up losing his life all because of a one night schnooky. He could have got somewhere else from his own wife. If you got your own wife, go get your own wife, bro. If you really got that issue going on, like that's what you got to do. If you messing around with other people's wives and stuff like that, that stuff's whack, bro. That stuff's lame. I said what I said. You can love me, like me, or hate me. You mess around with other people's wives, what thrill do you get out of that? Oh, I mess with someone's wife. Think about that. How lame is that, bro? It's disgusting and lame at the same time. If people get a thrill off of that. Talk about, oh, you're excited that you're messing with someone else's wife. Where's yours? Nobody don't want you? Oops. Sorry, y'all. I got a little upset there. I can't stand when people do that. Messing around people's wives. Like, why you gotta do that for? Like, it just shows lame, straight lame. That's what it reads on your forehead. Lame. Man, let me move forward, man. Let's stop messing around. Um, so listen to your spirit, right? You gotta listen to your spirit, fellas. Listen to your spirit, not your flesh. All right. And what you want out of the outcome is to feed your spirit. Don't feed your flesh, basically. Don't feed your flesh. Um, wait for your wife. If it's that much of an issue, you can't hold it down, you can't control yourself, then get a wife. Get a wife, and then y'all can mess around as much as y'all want. Do it the right way. By the time you find her, you'll be bringing a lot more baggage that you didn't even realize or planned on bringing, by the way, if you are starting off in a bad aspect of life, moving around, messing around. You can bring a lot of spiritual baggage, a lot of baggage, period, when you do finally find her. Right? Try to hold it down. Try to hold it down. Now, I said all that to say, guys. I said all that to say, to tie it back into what really matters, and to what I was saying before. That by preserving ourselves as men, preserving yourselves as men, having self-control, self-discipline, not only are there benefits within itself for ourselves, dodging all the holes, the problems of life that comes along with it, dodging all the bullets. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you ain't gotta die because you want to mess with someone else's chick. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you wanna keep your life, I'm sure, right? Don't be like one of them folks on the news. I don't want to see you on the news. All right. But by doing so, right, by dodging all these things, by having self-control, by doing so, you know Have control. Remain celibate. Try to have control. A lot of people don't. As one of these are some things that people don't even like talk about. Can you guys try to have control? Can you even try to have control? Yeah, gotta have that conversation with yourself. A lot of people be like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Why? Because you like your flesh so much. I challenge you to try it. Try to have self-control. Try to go a week, 2 weeks. If you can do 2 weeks, extend it to a month, and see how you feel. Challenge yourself. Don't just give in to yourself or your flesh. Um, Isolate yourself from that situation. You gotta isolate yourself. Don't leave yourself open for temptation. In being in tempted moments. Don't put yourself in tempted moments. Um, One thing for sure. What I will say, I'll say this. Oof, excuse me. God will see. God will see that you are being serious, fellas. God will see that you're being serious and that you are practicing self-control and discipline. And that's when he will begin to move on your account and in your favor. When we practice these things, self-control and self-discipline, he will bring you, once he sees this, he will bring you to your person. He'll bring you to your spouse. That's how you'll find your spouse. By the way, that's the key to all of this. That's the number one key to finding your spouse as a man. Self-control, self-discipline. Why? Because once you do that, God sees it and he will bring you your person. He'll bring you your spouse. Boom. I'm trying to tell you what it is. We do live in a world where God is real. It's not like he doesn't exist. I'm telling you, when he see you getting right, he gonna do his part too. He will bring you to your person, guys. Or at least he will open the door to introduce you to them. He will place you in a position that only he can. That you and she would know that it's a him thing, that he was the one that orchestrated this. Fellas, I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough because I'm telling you through my own experience how God can work. When we get right, that's when God begins to move. It's really that simple, guys. As men, when we get right and God sees that, that's when he begins to move for us. He begins to move. It's really that simple, but we make it difficult. It's really that simple. We make it difficult, guys. And like I said, we can avoid a whole lot of issues in life, guys. We can avoid a whole lot of issues in life and save ourselves a lot of time, tears, effort, strength, finances. Oh man, how many of you guys have blown money on women who is not for you? And I mean, it's not to say you can't, blow women on your exes, things like that, but women who just like drain you purposely, like they know what they're doing. Like how many of us fellas fell into that? You could have avoided all of that. Oof. You probably would have had a decent amount of a change done saved up there now, wouldn't you? You would have had a nice little pocket change there, boy. But alright. Basically, whatever the thing is, you name it, it's on the list, right? Of things that we could have avoided. We could have avoided all these things, guys. And if we just simply learned earlier, like you learn earlier than later, right? Then we wouldn't be going through a lot of that. It's better to learn earlier in life than to learn later in life. The earlier you can learn things, the better things will be for you. I'm just being real with you. To let things, to like let the these things basically get out of control. Our uncontrollable lust, guys, and desires go much, like it goes deep. It's troublesome when we don't have control of these things. That's why it's better to learn these things earlier. Then we can dodge all these bullets. I say this all once again. I saw it to say, and I say this all out of my own experiences, guys. I'm saying this out of my own experiences. Saying what I know so I can bring it to the light, bring it to you, so you can dodge what I went through. So you ain't got to go through what I went through. Try to make your life easier, because obviously somebody's got to care. And yeah, I just say it to warn you. I say it to warn you, and I say it out of love. You feel me? Like that's just really what it is. We don't have enough of that going around. We don't have a lot of that genuine going around. It's a lot of fake, or a lot of like, you do for me, I do for you type of love, and that's not the kind of love I'm on, bro. The kind of love I'm on is I'll do for you. You take what you want with it, and I hope you grow with it. How about that? How about that? All right then. Bet. All right. Basically, but on the real though, on the real, I want to see you guys win. All right, I want to see you all win, fellas. I want to see you winning this season, this next year, whatever the case may be. I want you to win. All right. And I ain't just talking about financially. I'm talking about in life as a whole. Because that's the first thing people like to think about. Oh, finances. I need to get rich quick. Like that's not what life is about. Life is deeper than that. Don't miss too much of life thinking about, oh, I'm gonna chase finances. Like, nah, that's not what it is. Um, so yeah, once again, I want to see you guys win, right? But the devil wants to see you guys lose. Whose side you want to be on? I'm just saying. All right. So that's pretty much the answer, guys. I'm gonna ask this question one more time. What is the number one thing that us as fellas we need in order to find our spouse, to acquire our spouse? What's the number one thing, guys? And I already gave you the answer, but I'll give you a second to think about it once again to yourself. What's the number one thing that we need to find our spouse? To find our person, what do we need? The number one thing. I don't like to give you like 10 points of what you need. Like, no. What's the one thing you need? The number one thing you need. I like to go straight to the point. The number one thing. Self-control and discipline. As men, self-control and discipline is really, really important. You got to be solid. That's why when you see like men work out versus women work out, who gets more solid? Must I say more? Exactly. That's telling you how men are supposed to be the most solid one. Cut all this, let I know like we're in a society right now where they're trying to like push for women to have like more of a thing going, and I'm not saying women can't um be in charge of certain areas. Women can definitely be in charge of certain areas. Hold on one second. Throw this on charge before this thing starts acting crazy on me. Erg. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, so IDKY is acting crazy, so I don't want it to act crazy on me. Hold on, let me see something. Oops, sorry guys. Hold on. My bad. I got some connection issues happening again. The devil don't never like me to talk to y'all, boy. Hold on. What? Don't tell me this again, bro. Hold on. Wagwan. Dang, bro. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm having. Ugh. Why does it want to do this now, though, bro? Hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh. I see what it is. My bad, guys. I'm having, like, technical difficulties. I'm going to get this. One sec. It's acting really slow now. Man, bro. It was doing so good, too. Come on. Shimon. See how the devil like to work, man? He like to play games, bro. I don't like to play games. Wow. Come on, man. Alright. I'm just gonna hope that the audio is intact because I think I had this issue before. It's not even giving it to me. I don't even know what is going on right now. It's always something, bro. Alright. We're gonna have to just move forward. And it's always something. It just always is. Connection issues and alright. So we're having minor connection issues on this end here, but that's okay. We're gonna still rock with it. Yeah, it's like it's froze up kinda. I don't understand. I don't understand. Alright. We're gonna move forward. We'll move forward. Wait. It's working, I think. Maybe not. Maybe. Alright. So let's just move forward because I don't know what's going on at this point. Anyways. Alright, so real quickly guys, I see like I'm having technical issues so I'm gonna try to like get some of this out. I got some verses for you that I want to go over with you really quickly as I'm having these technical difficulties now towards the end of this. So you see how the devil likes to play games. He's really annoying. He's like a little kid. I mean, but actually kids aren't even annoying, so I can't even say that. He's like a little evil kid. Alright. So let's just jump into it. I got some verses. Let's get through the verses real quickly, guys. Okay. I have under roles and relationships for my fellas, right? Roles and relationships for my fellas. In Ephesians 5, verse 25, this says, husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church. Alright, so we've been given this command that we have to love our wives, guys. Don't give your wife a hard time. Don't give your wife a hard time. Alright? Now I have the next verse here under Marshall. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. Yo. Alright, I don't know what's going on with that. It's acting really weird. Anyways, Micah chapter 6 verse 8. I don't know if this thing is still working. I'm gonna keep going. Micah chapter 6 verse 8 says, "He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God." All right, that's basically what God's telling us. He's expecting. That's what God is basically expecting out of us. How He wants us to be. Um, Go live again. I don't know why. IDK. It's weird. Very, very weird. Anyways, moving forward. Alright, so I got another verse. So now this one's under strength and courage, guys. Yeah, this is having like technical difficulties. I'm kind of over it already. Under strength and courage, 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13 says, "Be watchful, stand firm in faith, act like men, be strong." Now, 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13 says, "Be watchful, stand firm in faith, act like men, be strong," right? Now, I don't want to confuse that with telling men to completely ignore their emotional being. You know, if you have a lot of mental issues, if you are going through a lot internally, that's not to say like how people be like, oh, you can't be soft, or you can't have a lot of thoughts, or you can't you can't be opinionated, things like that. Like, be a man, suck it up. Like, I'm not telling you to do that because I've been there myself, so I can't tell you to be a man in that aspect. We are men. We do have feelings of ourselves. We do have thoughts of ourselves. So I say express it, but don't overly express it. At the same time, have control um, with it. Don't like let it consume you. Don't let it lead you, into a dark place that you want to be at. Just have control. That's the whole point of being a man, is having control. You can have a lot of mental thoughts, mental things going on. Just have control of it. Don't let it run you. All right, because our thoughts, those all those bad thoughts can easily run us without us even realizing it. All right. Um, but once again, be a man. Stand firm, stand strong. Have faith in God. Have faith in general. Stay strong. All right, stay strong. We're men. We're not meant to be the weaker vessel. We're not meant to be the weaker one. Think about that. We are meant to be the stronger one too. All right. Um, let's go with Joshua 1 verse 9. It says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Once again, this is God confirming it now. God saying, have I not already told you this? Be strong, be courageous. That basically He's going to be with you wherever you go. All right. Give me 1 second once again. I want to see if I can get this on. Crazy how this happened. The devil don't want you to hear this. 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 All right, all right. Let me see. Let's try this. Let's try this. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be going through. All right, that's fine. 1 second, guys. Let me just try to put this back on. All right. Try to do what I can. All right. So I'm just waiting for this thing to pop back on. Sorry, guys, for the hold up. All right, here we go. I think. Oh, all right, all right. So I think it's back on. Yeah, I guess it's back on. Let's just keep moving with it before it happens again. We're having like really bad technical difficulties on this end here, but it's moving. So let's keep it going. All right, right now we're giving. I'm giving a few verses. So I'm on. Now we're on. I can't even speak right now. I'm on Deuteronomy 31 verse 6, guys. Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. What does it say? Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. God on multiple times will um he will, what's the word? Remind us, guys, because he knows that this walk is not easy. So he's gonna confirm multiple times that he's with us, giving us faith. He's like continuously telling us, like, if you're walking in faith, hey, I'm gonna be with you. Like that's how he worked. All right. Um. Da, 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 da. Hold on one second. One sec. One sec. One sec. All right. So I have now. Let's moving forward. Let's move forward, guys. I have under. Now this is for men once again. This is for men. Under character and responsibility, right? Under character and responsibility. I have here in Proverbs 27 verse 17. And this says, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. That's why I'm doing this. Right? Like, we're here to sharpen each other, guys. As men. Men are, let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. Let me be more clear. I like to, you know me, I like to be more clear. It says here, iron sharpens iron and one man sharpens another, right? Alright. What that mean? That means us men are meant to do what? Build each other up, right? So whenever I see men hating on another man, that gives me feminine traits. Ooh. I don't know if I was ready to hear that one. Ooh. Hey, if you feeling me, like, smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. Men are supposed to be men to help build up other men. But when men are hating on another man or hating on other men, that's giving me feminine traits. Like, we're not meant to be hating on other men, guys. That's basically what it means. Why are you hating on another man? That gives me feminine vibes. That's giving me you're, I don't even want to get more into it, but you know what I'm saying. Iron sharpens iron. Men are supposed to be building each other up, not tearing each other down, hating on each other. If you hating on some other man, something's wrong with you. You gotta do a lot of internal checking to do. You gotta check that engine light. All right. I don't want to see none of y'all hating on nobody, bro. Especially going into this new year, we ain't hating on nobody. We trying to build each other up. We trying to build ourselves up, and then build another person up. All right. Men are not meant to be haters. Like, we're not meant to be. If you in that mindset, your man card is gonna get revoked. All right. So we got 1 Timothy 5 verse 8. 1 Timothy 5 verse 8. What does it say? Anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. This is this is generally speaking saying, like, because I don't want people to confuse it with, if you have a down time, you have a down moment where, because a lot of us gonna have it, where the man might be lower. Hold on one sec. Oh, okay. So there are times where the man might be lower than the woman. And how God wants us to handle situations like that is He wants, if the man's down, He wants the woman to lift him up. If the woman's down, He wants the man to lift her up. They're supposed to be helpmates for one another. They're supposed to help each other out too. Hold on. I don't know why this thing's keep acting crazy. But I will say this as well. When a man has a household, right? Let's say you have your own family. If a man has his own family, has a household, and you are not providing for them, and I ain't just talking about financially, by the way. It goes beyond just finances. That's the part where a lot of people keep capping it off at. They think, oh, it's just finances and that's it. No, no, it's not just it. There's more to this world than just that. If you are neglecting your family, you're not showing them love, affection, appreciation, just that alone, God is saying you're worse than an unbeliever. If you are neglecting your household as a man, you're worse than an unbeliever. That's what He's saying. As a man, we got responsibilities, and that's one of them. We gotta keep our families up. All right. Make sure this thing's acting right. Okay. Hopefully it'll sit. All right. So let's go. TikTok's always acting crazy, bro. Just chill out, bro. All right. There you go. All right. So we got a Titus. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Help me get us on the algorithm. We need some people to listen in on this. All right. We got a Titus 2 verse 2. Titus chapter 2 verse 2 says, "Teach the older men to be temperate, worthy of respect, self-control, and sound in faith, in love and endurance." Once again, this just verifies we got to be training each other up. We got to teach each other. That's how God wants us to operate in His kingdom, in His world. The world that God envisions, the world that He wants us men to build each other up, not tear each other down, not hate on each other. That's like feminine qualities. Why are you hating on somebody else for? Even if they do have more than you, why are you still hating? Think about that. You shouldn't be hating. Stay in your lane, build yourself up, and then get you something. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, get yourself up. Just get yourself up from wherever you at. You ain't got to be hating on somebody that got more than you. You ain't whoever said you have to even be on their level. Get yourself up from where you are, and maybe one day God will maybe have you surpass them without you even having to think about it. That's a better thought process. Focus on you and build you. Stop focusing on what anybody else got. All right. Let's move forward. I got 1 Peter 3 verse 7. 1 Peter 3 verse 7. This says, "Husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of your life." You guys heard that? So basically, we as men, as husbands, when you have your wife, you ought to basically understand that she's the weaker vessel. Don't put so much pressure on her. Don't expect her for her to do what you're doing. Don't expect her to do much more than what she can handle, what she can do. You're supposed to be her covering, guys. It's the man's duty as the husband to be covering his wife. I ain't hearing nothing. It is the man's duty to be the one who is the covering for his wife. You're supposed to be covering her, fellas. You're not supposed to be just letting her, leaving her out for dry. Fellas, you have to do a better job at covering your girl. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let me see where we at. Where we at? All right. I got Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4, 2 verse 2 to 3 says, "Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace." I'll repeat that one because I feel like a lot of us fellas, we're a little hard headed. I already know. I'm gonna repeat it for us. All right, y'all boys, listen in. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2 to 3. It says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." I like to emphasize on my speech sometimes because I want to make sure it gets heard. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. So basically, do whatever you can to keep the peace going. As the man, you shouldn't be the one starting the issues. You definitely shouldn't be the one starting the issues. You should be the solid ground of peace in the home. If your girl's coming home, she's stressed out, you should be the person to be able to calm her down type stuff. Not be like, "Oh, I can't hear you, I don't want to hear you. Go listen, go talk to one of your friends about it." Like, no. You gotta be her peace, fellas. Of course she gotta be your peace too, but you gotta be her peace. You can't forget that. A lot of times we forget that part. That we expect for only the woman to be the one to like be an expert in that field. But nah. Originally even started with the man. You you're her solid ground for a reason. You're her covering for a reason. If both of you guys are always the one frantic and moving around and da da da, how is anything ever supposed to get done? You got to be the calm one. As the man, you got to be the calm one. If the man is, if the woman is out calming the man, we know there's a problem. I don't make the rules. I just talk about it. Let's get right, fellas. Let's get right. We got to be the peace. All right, let's keep going. I got more verses for you guys. Apparently, I got more verses for us fellas today, ain't it? Hey. All right, let's get into it. Colossians 3, verse 19. "Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them." Fellas, husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Must I say more? This is what God's saying basically to us husbands, to us guys. Don't be harsh with your wife. Don't be harsh. Understand that they are women. They're sensitive. They're more sensitive. They're more fragile than us. They're not we're not the same. Genetically speaking, we're not the same. Emotionally speaking, we're not necessarily the same. Guys get emotional too, but we know women can get there a little quicker than can guys, right? Okay then. Now, if you, like I said, if you're a man and you get there quicker than women with your emotions, then like I said, we got a problem. We gotta gotta figure some things out. You shouldn't be more frantic than your wife. You shouldn't be more like fidgety than your wife. As a man, you shouldn't be. Alright, let's move forward. Proverbs 18, verse 22. Proverbs 18, verse 22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Fellas, don't settle. You'll know she's for you if you know that she is a good thing. But also, let me say this once again too. Before you even interact with her, you got to do your part. you got to be on point too with God, so He can introduce you to her. Cause that's how you get her to begin with. You got to have favor in God's eyes. He got to be like, all right, I see this guy's, he's getting right, he's getting serious, he's humbling himself. This is that. All right, boom. He gonna start moving on your behalf. I'm telling you how it works. I ain't BSing you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat. I ain't gonna beat around the bush. I ain't doing none of that. I'm telling you straight to the point. You gonna watch. One day you gonna come back and be like, all right, he was right. All right, let's keep moving forward. I got a 1 Corinthians 10 verse 31. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 31. What does it say? So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, including that includes the women we are choosing to pursue, guys, do it all for the glory of God. Whatever, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. And like I said, once again, that includes the women that we pursue. If we're pursuing women, if we're pursuing women out of our own flesh, then we know that we're not in the right standings, right? But if we're pursuing women because we know that's going to honor God, you're pursuing her because you think that she's your wife, then that's different. That's not out of a lustful state. That's out of a purpose-driven state. Because you got to see that the person is good for you. You got to be like, there's something about this person that's drawing me to this person. And that's just a physical aspect. It's got to be deeper than that. You got to be drawn to them spiritually, mentally, intellectually. You got to be like, dang, like something about them that stands out to me. Like, you just got to know that them being with you in your life is only going to enhance your life, not bring your life down. I gotta clarify that. When we're choosing people, we have to choose from a mindset of this person is going to enhance me, not take away from me, not decrease me. Increase and decrease are two different opposite terms. So if you feel like a person's going to be taken from you, abort mission. Confirmation. But if you feel like a person is going to be adding to you, to your life, then you can go ahead and proceed. Maybe with caution sometimes, but still proceed. All right. And okay, I wanted to leave this section here for last because it's dealing with lust. I know this is a field where a lot of us men fall short in. We definitely have a lot of us have lustful issues. And I want to help us to dissect that a little bit. All right. I got a verse right here for this. Let's go into it. Let's get into it. I got a Matthew 5 verse 28, and it says, anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. What does that mean? That means if you even look at somebody and just imagine yourself messing around with them, you fall in that category of being lustful. You ain't gotta actually carry out the actual physical thing. All you gotta do is look at somebody and be like, dang, she look good. I want her. She like, nah, you doing too much. Chill out. Alright? Hold on. Alright. So let's move forward. Proverbs 31 verse 3. Proverbs 31 verse 3. And this says, do not spend your strength on woman, your vigor on those who ruin kings. Oh man. I love this one. I'm gonna read this one again for some of us who needs to hear it again. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. Now let me clarify. Hold on, my bad. Let me see. Oh, I see you. I see you. All right, bet. Cool. When I see it, I follow you back. Cool. Yeah, guys, smash that follow button. Smash that follow button. I'll follow y'all back. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. It'll help me get this across the algorithm as well. And hit that subscribe button as well, guys. Yeah, hit that subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I got more on the way. Um, for sure. Um, so now the last thing that I said was where it says Proverbs 31 verse 3 says, "Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings." So basically, what this means is, do not chase aimless pursuits, guys. This is to my guys. Don't chase aimless pursuits driven by lust or fleeting desire, wasting away your time, your energy, and your resources. Right? Basically, what it's telling you is, even for kings, like, you are depleting yourself when you're chasing after women that are not good for you. It's not saying don't waste it necessarily on women in general, like, at all, because that wouldn't make any sense. It's saying don't chase after women that you know is not good for you. If you know that they're only there to take money from you, if you know that they're only there to use you, if you know that they're only there to always ask for your time and not, when you ask for their time, they always give you attitude about it. Like, these little things are red flags that we got to be more intentional and um, pay more attention to. You're getting blood. Time and resources is everything. Well, not everything, but it's a lot. Your time, who you choose to give your time and your resources to, it's not little. It's not little stuff. Um, so basically, you want to have your time and your resources focused on the woman that you feel like is worth it. Don't just go blowing your money, like, no, not no. Like, I'm telling you, it looks cooler than what it really is. It ain't that cool, bro. Blowing your money is not cool. Don't chase pleasure, guys. Especially when we get to a certain age, we gotta cut that off. Like, that stuff looks so bad when you get older. When we're younger, it kind of like, it's because we're young, it makes us not look as bad. But once you get older and you're still doing that, you're chasing pleasure, that junk don't look good. I'm just saying, I'm being real. Don't chase pleasure, guys, but rather pursue the one woman that God has for you. All right, stop chasing all these women. Stop chasing multiple women. This is for my fellas. Stop chasing multiple women, but pursue the one that God has for you, and you will know. You're probably asking, how would I know? You'll know. Go back in the day and ask Adam, how did he know that Eve was his person. Ask Adam that. See how he felt, and you'll know. When you get into alignment, guys, when you get into your right alignment and purpose, you're more purpose driven in life, and you're in right standing with God, then He'll bring her to you. I'm just saying. I don't make the rules. I just state them. He'll bring her to you. When the pursuit occurs, it will follow, making sacrifices. Um, and I want to say, like, in the things like time, effort, vulnerability, but that's a good thing though. When you're in, you're chasing purpose with a person, these are things that are going to be like exchanged: time, effort, and vulnerability. You want to be intentional. Being intentional, leading with godly character, guys. Seeking to build a future with that specific person to honor God. You have an end goal, a reason behind it, a purpose. You're not just shooting blanks. You're not just, what I'm trying to say, like, and not just going after her because you want to honor and satisfy yourself and your flesh. You're not going after her because you just want to satisfy your flesh. You're going after her because you know that there's purpose that you would like to accomplish with this person. Once again, I don't make the rules. I just state them. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that there. I hope this live caught something here on the side here. I hope you guys ran away with something, to be honest. Like I said last week, I spoke to the women directly, spoke to the women and the women only. And I wanted to make sure that this week I touched upon speaking directly to the fellas. And you show, sure enough, and you already know it's gonna come from my fellas, because I expect more out of us. I do. I expect more from us. I expect more out of us, because we're known for the head of the home for a reason. We are known for the head of the home for a reason, guys. I'm just trying to tell you. You gotta live up to it. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, that's pretty much gonna be it. I'm gonna cut it there, leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys took something from it once again. If you guys haven't already, smash that like button. It'll help me get it across the algorithm. Sure, more people can hear it and get to it. If you guys haven't already, also subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, check me out. I got some more content on the way, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I actually got some music that I'm dropping soon as well. Yes, I write. I got some stuff already put out, but I'm just warming up. Nothing serious. But I do have an album that I'm working on, a few songs that I'm working on right now. Gonna be releasing them very soon. And yeah, this is gonna be a good year. So I love you guys. Love you guys bunches. Honey bunches of oats. And I hope to get back on next week and chat it up again with you guys. Alright, you guys. Well, with that being said, it's your boy Truth. On Truth Be Told, I'm gonna holla at your baller and catch you on the next one. Holla at y'all. She. Holla at y'all. Follow your boy and I follow y'all back. Skirt. Oh. My bad. I think that's where it's at. Skirt, skirt.